Yes, you heard correctly. Finn, whom we all adored in the first season, grows up to betray his family. While the episode depicts his betrayal, the reasons remain unknown. Let's find out why he did what he did. It's not an easy task to banish your younger brother. Finn 1 is over. The character had certainly grown and matured over the years. People admired his simplicity. But why are the fans so upset right now? The finale left us with many unanswered questions. Finn Shelby is Arthur and Mrs. Shelby's youngest son, the youngest brother of Arthur, Thomas, John, and Ada Shelby, and the husband of Mary Shelby. Finn is a former Peaky Blinders gang member who was expelled from the family for his carelessness as a gang member. What made him betray? Why was he banished? Finn chose his companion over his loved ones after bombing the test set for him at Arrow House. Arthur coerced former professional footballer Billy Grade into assisting with match fixing for the Peaky Blinders. Grade previously worked alongside Finn Shelby at the wagering shop. They proved to be close for more than 5 years. Finn didn't realize Billy was acting as a source, confessing Peaky Blinders mysteries to the IRA. After a plastered Finn revealed that the group planned to shoot an extremist on the evening of Mosley's Bingley Hall rally, Grade called Lorna McKee, and the IRA put an end to the killing by killing marksman Barney Thompson, Aberama Gold, and Polly Gray. Tommy convened a meeting at the garrison to deal with Billy's fabricated data in order to trap the IRA. He let Billy accept that he believed Michael Gray and that Arthur would be isolated in a week on a particular evening. Billy correctly passed that information to Gina, and Tommy's plotting thwarted both Michael's plan to kill Tommy and the IRA's plan to kill Arthur. Duke and Isaiah tricked Billy and Finn into the kitchen at Arrow House, where they advised Finn to shoot Billy for being a trickster and the torment of being banished from the family. Finn declined and then took the gun, pointing it at Duke and pulling the trigger on 2 empty chambers. Duke returned the firearm to Finn and informed him that Charlie had realized he was going to turn on them and advised him to leave the first 2 rounds of the weapon empty. Duke then shot Billy Grade in the head and informed Finn that he was no longer a member of the Shelby family at the request of the Peaky fucking Blinders. Finn left, swearing vengeance on Duke, which will undoubtedly appear in the upcoming Peaky Blinders highlight film. Throughout Season 6, Finn has taken on the role of the Shelby clan's Where's Wally. His appearances on screen have been brief and fleeting, usually tucked into a group shot at a funeral. We caught a glimpse of his face during Polly's funeral in Episode 1, and in Episode 4, you get one passing shot of the back of his head next to Sister Ada as Tommy walks away from Ruby's funeral. And that's it. Finn has had nothing to say or do this season, apparently becoming so irrelevant over the course of the series that when Ada takes over the family business, her first port of call is Isaiah, not Finn or Daryl McCormack. When she orders the Blinders to go to Liverpool, it's Arthur, who can barely walk, who's told to go for the power of the family name, along with Isaiah and a number of new nameless recruits rather than Finn. Who was the preacher on the street outside the Garrison Tavern? That was a brand new character for the finale named Lazarus, a fitting biblical name for someone who rises from the dead. Jason Williamson of Sleaford Mods plays him. Jeremiah, who was part of the ambush on the IRA assassins, was replaced by Lazarus. What will happen in the upcoming Peaky Blinders film? Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight announced in January 2021 that, contrary to proposed plans for 7 seasons, for years he'd said 5 was the goal, but that came and went. The TV show would end after 6 seasons and be followed by a feature film. That is the current plan, as we discuss in greater detail here. The film's production is currently scheduled to begin in early 2023, which means fans won't be able to see it until at least 2024. Speaking to Digital Spy ahead of the premiere of Season 6, Knight confirmed that Tommy and Arthur would be in the film, which is said to be set during World War II. Because Season 6 took place around 1935 to 6, each new visit to the Shelby family tends to jump a few years, and World War II broke out in 1939, the timescale makes sense. The introduction of Conrad Kahn as Duke Shelby and his new rivalry with Finn Shelby, as well as the prominence of high-ranking Peaky Blinder Isaiah Jesus, the son of street preacher Jeremiah, are likely to provide plot for the film. Ada's burgeoning political career, Tommy suggested she run for a seat when she was facing death, could also play a role, as could Stephen Graham's new character Hayden Stagg, who was cast to much fanfare in Season 6 but has only appeared in 2 scenes so far. Peaky Blinders would be incomplete without Tom Hardy's seemingly unkillable Alfie Solomon. It's not yet clear where the film will premiere, but it's likely to have a multi-platform release, with a limited cinema run plus BBC One, BBC iPlayer, and Netflix airings. One small question we hope the film clarifies is, at the banquet, what did Tommy say to Duke? After raising his glass to the family and breaking down as he told Charles to look after Lizzie and that he wanted him to be the best, Tommy whispered something into Duke's newly exposed due to his Peaky Blinders haircut ear. Whatever it was, it had to be in the Peaky Blinders film. Is this a directive? A request for Charles and Lizzie's safety? A business strategy for the Shelby company's dark side? More information on the burial locations? Another Tachypen piece? Only time will tell. Why did Dr. Halford develop the tuberculoma diagnosis? A year or so into Tommy and Oswald Mosley's political partnership, Mosley arranged for his close friend and Nazi sympathizer, Dr. Michael Halford, to become Tommy's personal physician. Unbeknownst to Tommy, Halford was Tommy's private doctor for 3 years until Mosley and his pals decided Tommy's time was up. Mosley, Halford, and fellow fascist Dr. Helen Rutherford plotted to convince Tommy that he was dying of an incurable disease in order to persuade him to commit suicide. They faked x-rays and an urgent diagnosis of inoperable tuberculoma in the brainstem after Tommy's daughter Ruby died of tuberculosis. Halford gave Tommy the diagnosis and advised him to seek a second opinion from Rutherford at St. Thomas Hospital. She persisted in her deception, and by episode 4 of season 6, Tommy believed he had only 18 months to live. Co-conspirators of Mosley and Diana, Tommy went on the road alone in a wagon to prepare for death after making financial arrangements for his family. Dynamiting his house and holding a farewell banquet in the woods, after a month he flipped a coin to see if he should shot himself, and it came up heads. He removed his wedding ring and pocket watch and placed them in the wagon alongside photos of Grace, Polly, John, Ruby, Lizzie, and Charles before loading a gun with a bullet engraved with his name and holding it to his head. That's when he heard Ruby's voice call him outside. Ruby appeared to him in a vision and told him that he wasn't sick and that he needed to relight the fire. Tommy found a newspaper article about Oswald and Diana's brilliant wedding in the ashes of his campfire. On the guest list and in the photograph, Michael Halford and Helen Rutherford are doctors. He realized what was going on and confronted Halford, who admitted everything. Tommy was about to murder Halford when the bell rang for 11 a.m. The time armistice was declared in the First World War. He released Halford and returned to his camp, which has been set on fire on Halford's order. Unaware that the fucking gypsies in his top field were Tommy Shelby, Tommy stood there watching the flames before mounting his horse and riding away. What will become of Tommy now? Tommy could go back to Small Heath now that he's back from under the ground, or he could go anywhere because Halford's tuberculoma scheme and the burnt wagon effectively faked his death for him. Tommy informed Arthur of the diagnosis and instructed him that when the time came, he would give Arthur the location of the wagon so that he, Charlie, and Curly could burn his body and rake through the ashes for silver and gold. Arthur and company will arrive at the wagon to find it already burned, but with Tommy's watch and ring among the cinders. That means Tommy could ride away and become someone else entirely, forgetting his family and his past if he so desired. He could work as a spy for Winston Churchill, live an itinerant life, or travel abroad while everyone assumed Thomas Shelby, OBE, MP had died. And that's all for today's video. Please share your thoughts in this video. What do you think will happen next in the Peaky Blinders film? Do let us know in the comments below. Want to know more things about the Peaky Blinders or Thomas Shelby? Please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.